Shalom Aleichem, my favorite topic, fears. Today, practical advice, what to do with a fear. It's very, very difficult. Fears grip a person, and you can live your whole life in fear. When you internalize the principles of Emunah, of faith, you learn that everything's for the good. Everything you get is from God. Everything you get is for the best, and everything's for a reason. So, what are we afraid of? What's scary about it? So fear, I learned the acronym false evidence appearing real. If God's taking care of you and you have a fear and you attribute the fear to a human or you're afraid of a police officer, you're afraid of a ticket or you're afraid of the mortgage company or you're afraid, whatever you're afraid of, it's eating you up inside. You notice that your fear is irrational already. It's beyond the data. If you don't have enough to pay, let's say you don't have enough to pay for rent. But for your entire life, I don't know, 45 years, you've always been able to pay rent. God's provided. So what are we afraid of? Look at the data. What are you afraid of? False evidence appearing real. So you have to realize one thing. In God's world, there's no such thing as evil. There's no bad in the world at all. It's an illusion. People attribute the concept of evil and they create these people and organizations and the devil and these entity in the world that's evil. Say this evil. Somebody who believes in that. Or they can attribute it to something else. The government, evil. And they continue going in such a way where they continue to pile more and more fears onto their concept of evil. In reality, there's no such thing. It's an illusion. There's only God. If God's the creator of the universe, then how could it be another entity who's controlling the universe? It can't. God gives every creature powers. Every creature, God gives energy to live. Today I woke up, God gave me the power to breathe, to wake up, to go to work, to get dressed, to go to the bathroom, to eat. Everything's from God. My energy is from God, 100%. And Judaism will believe that every second God chooses to make the world tick, meaning that he chooses every moment to put the energy into the world to make it exist. If one moment, God forbid, God decided to draw all the energy out of the world, poof, it will be all gone. It's as if never existed. So you have to understand that when you have faith, when you have the lenses of faith, and you walk around with faith, then you can see that your fears are from God. It's God. It's not these people. You don't have to fear God. He's a loving Father in heaven. What are we afraid of, right? What are we doing? So you have to work on it. You have to 5 minutes a day say, God, this is scary for me, but I believe that everything's from you. I believe that everything's for a reason. I believe that everything is for a purpose and for the best. So when you have a fear, you have to say, God, thank you. You surrender. You surrender. You say, God, I was afraid of X. Now I know it's you. So I'm going to surrender X and I'm going to give it to you. And I'm going to say, it's all in your hands. It's all in your hands. You're taking care of me. You're giving me power to breathe. You're giving that police officer power to breathe, those people to breathe, and it's all done according to your will. Because everything is according to your will. Nothing can happen in the world against God's will, so to speak. Because everything in the past is exactly how God wanted it to be. He's infinite. He's in control. He's in control. You have free will. You have the will to decide something now. But once it's already happened, it was God's will to happen that way. So don't worry. Don't be afraid. Take a moment when you have a fear, write it down, talk to God about it, surrender it, understand I'm going to believe everything's from God. So I'm going to suspend my fear. I don't have a logical reason to be afraid right now. Suspend it and keep going. Don't worry. Everything's going to work itself out. Try it. Let me know how it works. Talk to you soon.